All right. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to our 5th video here on my channel, Higher Reviews, the channel basically where we get high and go see a movie. First of all, I just want to do a special thank you to Maggie, the guest of our last video. It by far and away has been our most popular video in terms of viewership. I don't know if it's because Maggie just is great on camera or if because she's a very well-known individual, but I'm going to do what I can to get her to be a guest on a future video because things did really well. It's important for me to mention, I do appreciate the likes and the subscribes and stuff like that, but monetization is not really the goal of our video. I make jokes about it, but really, I just want to have fun and show everyone out there that I enjoy going to the movies, and it's kind of a little bit of a different angle. And, so if you want to like and subscribe, that's great, but I would really just prefer that you watched it and had a good time. That being said, because of our last video, the numbers are there to the point where it's clear that some people that I don't even fucking know are watching these videos. And that's pretty awesome to me. That's kind of cool. You know, most of our viewership is for me telling people about the channel or my guests telling people about the channel. But the fact that we're getting to the point where complete random people are tuning in, watching, and having a good time, that means more to me than anything else. The last thing I want to say before I introduce my guest for this video is a special thank you to my best friend. He does not live in the same city as me, so it might be a while before he's actually a guest on the show. But he got tired of the shaky camera and having to hold his phone up to the ear to listen to the audio, so he sent me a camera stand and a microphone for future videos. Unfortunately, I only had all the time in the world to figure out how to use it between the last video and this one, but I didn't. So I promise by the next video that everything will be figured out. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our guest for this video. 1 second. All right, everyone. My guest for the 5th video is Kendall.
Hi, friends.
Hi. All right, Kendall and I work together. We've worked together for a couple years now. As far as I know, the restaurant that we work at, he's been there for quite a while.
I have. Too long.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So if you're looking for one of the best bartenders in the city of Tucson, maybe drop a line. But he seems kind of happy where he's at too. First of all, it's a late one tonight. We're getting started about 9:30. Kendall has a girlfriend at home with a couple little ones, and he's a very good boyfriend. So I just want to say thank you for coming out a little bit past your bedtime and spending some time with us.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Secondly, Kendall doesn't smoke. I know that kind of one of the primary cornerstones of our videos is that we smoke weed and then we go inside. This is just to show everyone that you do not have to be a smoker if you want to be a guest on the video. You can just come and have a good time and see if I stay awake and enjoy the movie for yourself. Fortunately, Kendall does do edibles, so that's what we're going to do this time. We're going to take a couple edibles, we're going to go crush some snacks, then we're going to go watch the movie. Before I forget, the movie we're going to see tonight is the new Conjuring movie. I think it's the 5th or the 4th one in the series, and supposedly the last one in the series. All the previous entries have been amazing, so I'm pretty excited. Hopefully, Kendall, you like scary movies?
Big fan of the Conjuring series, so
okay.
Can't wait.
All right. Just a reminder, as far as the rules go, we're going to do the edibles. I have the patience of a gnat, so I'm probably going to cannonball it with a little pre-roll action also. But then we're going to go inside and get some snacks. We're each going to get a soda and a popcorn and 2 other snacks. Kendall's going to get some nachos and some Reese's Pieces. I haven't made my mind up yet, but I'm not that hungry, so I might just go with candy tonight. I have to try and finish my snacks before the movie starts. Kendall can take his time. Then we're going to enjoy the movie, and Kendall's going to watch and see if I stay awake. This is the edible that Kendall and I are going to be taking. I have no idea how potent it is. I have no idea if it's going to help me stay awake or make me want to go to sleep. I have no idea how strong it is. So we're going to take that really quick and head inside. Okay, see you soon. So turns out the edibles that we got are actually 99s. And they're pretty big. So I think Kendall and I are just going to split one. And then I'm going to cannonball it with a little pre-roll because that's what I do. Okay, here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. You take half?
That's how we do.
Yeah. That tastes like gummy weed.
It's kind of delicious.
Wow, it's actually,
wild berry.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do another half, but maybe we'll see how we're feeling after the movie. Okay, we'll see you guys inside. Okay. Cannonball. Okay, we're running late. We got to get inside. All right, guys, movie's about to start, so we're gonna hurry up here. But Kendall went with water and a popcorn, some Reese's and some nachos. I went with a soda, a popcorn, red vines, and an ice cream sandwich. I did eat before, so I had to go light on the snacks. Plus, I don't want to, go too hard against this movie because I really want to like it. I really want to stay awake. All right.
I think it's gonna happen.
Are you feeling anything yet from the edible?
No. Too soon.
Okay, yeah. Lucky for me, I cannibalized it, so that was not a good idea, but I'm a little bit high. All right, okay, we got to hurry up. We're gonna head inside. We'll see you after the movie. All right. Well, we just finished Conjuring the Last Rites. Pretty solid movie. All right.
Great movie.
Yeah. Maybe not the best in the Conjuring series or in the Conjuring universe, but pretty satisfying conclusion to at least the Conjuring wing of those movies. I think we'll probably still get a couple more Annabelles, maybe a spin-off of the Conjuring. All right, so let's talk about the gummy. I noticed that it was about, I'd say, 15 minutes into the movie when you looked at me and said, I'm feeling it a little bit. Right.
Yep.
Whatever I decide to do definitely caused it to kick in a little quicker. And I'm not going to lie, that thing tried to put us asleep. Like, that was definitely
It was a sleepy time gummy,
Yeah.
and if I had eaten the whole thing, I would have been asleep too.
So it was a nighty night. We didn't know that. Now we know that. So that's okay. We actually, still enjoyed it, and it was still a nice, calm high, but not overpowering. And I feel pretty darn close to back to normal at this point.
I agree. It was a lot of body high, not so heady. So just a nice tingle.
Yeah. I may have forgotten how to swallow again. So I'm thinking maybe whatever I cannonballed it with was probably the end of that pre-roll from the last episode. Maybe I did a little bit of the pineapple upside down cake again, and that's just a side effect. All right. Okay, in regards to the snacks, I saw you going to town on those nachos.
Those nachos are fire. And the extra cheese is definitely the way to
like
go.
the one little cup is never enough.
No,
and then
definitely not. You get a lot of chips, so.
Were the Reese's a good compliment to
fire?
Okay.
You can never go wrong with sweet and salty.
No. So I had I mouthed through that ice cream sandwich, but the red vines took me a little while. The first couple ones, just like Maggie's, were a little stale, but then they got better. I just didn't have it in me to finish them before the movie started, but I'd say about halfway through I was done, and I ate a little bit extra popcorn to make up for it. So again, good quality snacks, maybe a little stale red vines, but everything else was great. The weed was okay. Now, lastly, what did you think of the movie?
It was a great movie. It's very Conjuring. It's a lot of the same, but the updated story, a nice solid ending to the series, I think. But I agree. I definitely think there's room for some more spin-offs.
Yeah. So I mean, it goes without saying there was jump scares, and they kind of have a formula that they follow, but it's a good formula and it makes for good movies, and they update it every time. And I quite enjoyed. And so, truth be told, there was a couple times where I nodded off. As we discussed before, we threw everything we could at this movie. I had almost no sleep last night. That gummy rocked our world when it comes to staying awake. So I crumple up napkins in my hand, and then I count how many napkins are on the chair when the movie's over, because that pretty much is inaccurate of how many times I fell asleep. There was 2 napkins on the chair, but I don't have any loopholes. I don't have any plot holes in my head, so I didn't miss anything important. And there was so much action in that movie and so much movement in the D-box chair that every time I started to nod off, it pulled me right back into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say the movie overall was a very solid movie. I say a 10, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9.0 on the Snoozerino scale.
Yeah, I think that's solid.
Even though I did fall asleep, it certainly wasn't the movie's fault. Can't give it a 10, but a 9 is a fair score on the Snoozerino, because I did fall asleep a little bit, but it wasn't really the movie's fault. Okay, that's it. We're just going to wrap up our 5th episode here on Higher Reviews. We'll be back soon with a couple more movies and a couple more episodes in the next week or so. But from now, Kendall and I, we're going to go get higher.